Hi, this is Kenny Blu-ray for JamPlay.com. I'm looking forward to working with everybody, and we're going to work on a lot of things, and especially in the key of E right now. Okay, on stage it looks like this, E sign, and when you learn a few simple things, you know, you get confidence, and then you want to learn more. And we're all learning all the time. Here's a little groove. You know, most people play an E hitting two strings at once, but this little thing here is just hitting the low E open, and then the 4th and 2nd fret. Okay, you want to just learn something like that. Don't even worry about the A chord, the 4 chord yet, you know. And when you're doing this groove, make sure that your timing is good. And if you want to try it without a pick, I recommend that. You know, it's good to drop the pick for a week or two and practice, you know. Once again, then you can start throwing in some simple things, like this is a real popular thing in blues. It's a major third string, 1st fret, hammer on, and then you hit your high E open. And there's no need to go fast, you know. It's not a track meet. You want to kind of go slow, move with the music, tap your foot, whatever you can do. Throw in that little riff, okay? And if you're going slow, you can do a lot more riffs, you know. You can work on your basic E pentatonic things, you know. If you don't know the key of E, there's a lot of open strings. It's a little more difficult than the other 11 keys, you know. But there's a lot of open strings. Okay, open string, open string, open. Okay, so we have all these notes to work with. You can also, you know, learn riffs out of those. Like, for instance, once in a while you can hit the little strings open. It's a cool little sound. You can use an index finger on the open strings, the little strings, or middle finger. I like to do that. You know, and you know, just work on your timing. The timing is the most important thing in music. You know, it's not a matter of how fast or how many chords, you know, it's timing. When your timing's good, usually you can work with a group. You know, mix it up a little, you know. And then when you go to your 4 chord, which is A, you can get fancy there or keep it simple, you know. Okay, and then on the 5 chord B, there's a lot of different things. You know, I like to do this one. That's a 5-4, back and forth. Practice that before, you know, before you get the E down. Work on your 5-4. Little turnaround there. Open A, 1st fret, 5th string, 2nd fret, 5th string. A, B flat, B. If you have time, you can hit a B 7th chord, which is a good one to learn in blues. Four. turnaround there. Okay, so, you know, work on that little groove there, you know. It's an old song. It gives you confidence, you know. And then when you get that down, you know, then practice hitting 2 strings at once, you know. The simple Jimmy Reed or Jimmy Vaughn, we call it a bunch of different names, you know. And there's a lot of variations on that, tons of them. But until you get the first one down, you don't want to move on, you know. Just kind of keep it easy. Move up. I use my thumb on these, which gives the fingers are open for, you know, for doing like an E7 chord there. Adding a finger once in a while. Throw in that E riff. Okay, now here we do a turnaround. You know, there's a lot of different turnarounds that I've showed. I like to do this one the best. Now, in order to do that one, you have to incorporate some finger picking. You know, it doesn't have to be fancy. Okay, and if you're using your pick, which I do also, then I'll use my middle finger as, you know, like to use that as another pick, you know, my middle finger like that. So that works pretty good. Also, there's a lot of different bass lines that I use in E. Okay, the simplest one, being kind of a John Lee thing, is like each one I'm hitting twice. Okay, and also you see I'm playing this cool 2-note E chord. It's just a root and a major third. Okay, nothing to it, you know. And this chord is one of my favorites because you can play like a bass line and add the chord. Make it really easy. And then when you go to your 4 chord, A7th, you can hit a chord then if you don't want to do the bass line. Okay, and the G note on top is your 7th in A. Okay, you can also add your little finger. We like to walk down sometimes like that. So, you know, you get confidence when you learn a few rhythms. You know, I suggest practicing rhythms, not just soloing like we all do, myself included, but, you know, try to throw some rhythms in when you practice because, well, Jimi Hendrix said that it's a world full of lead guitar players and the rhythm's most important, the timing. And I believe he was right. Okay, so when you get to your B7th, you can use the same shape as A7th. So remember, in the key of E, we've got E, A, and B, 1, 4, 5. When I was growing up, we called it first change, second change, third change, but it's still 1, 4, 5. And if you don't know where those numbers come from, they come from a major scale, you know, the first degree of the scale, the 4th, and the 5th, which is E, A, B. Okay? Also, when you've got this this cool rhythm in E, the E chord, you can add your little finger to add some cool notes like the 7th. That's the 2nd string, 3rd fret. You're going to go down to the G, which gives you sort of a sharp 9 sound, kind of a Hendrixy, Stevie Ray sound. It's very cool. If you don't want to go that far, just use the 7th. Now this chord here, which is an E7th minus the major third, in other words, I've lifted up the A flat note, the major third. I'm just playing a 2-note E7. which is a 5 and a 7, B and D. Okay, so that's a great one to do. There's a million riffs you can do off those. I also like to work on, you know, not only the first bass line, but also licks from the bass strings, which I find very cool. Like this is a nice one that I do. Kind of a Stevie-like thing. I actually wrote a song off that. But you notice I've got my timing in there. Timing's most crucial. You know, I'm tapping my foot. You know, using my thumb. I like to hold on to something when I play too, like a pickup or the pick guard. Just keep your hand close to the strings so you're not like, you know, going far away from it. It's a lot easier. I also hold on to the little E string a lot, unless I'm playing it, of course. But I found it works very good. Just hold on to it, you know. You can't do it when you're hitting the E string, of course, the little E string, but, you know, when you're doing a riff, you know, it's a good thing to do, to hold on to that. And another great thing about E is, you know, we'll get to a little later, is you can go up here to the first position, fret 12 through 15, and play position 1 in E, of course. You know, some nice things there. Okay? So, and we're going to continue in E for a while. I'm going to go through some Mississippi and Chicago blues chords in E. Some really good ones, besides just the two that I'm showing you. But look, work on those, okay? This is Kenny Blu-ray for JamPlay.com. Thank you.